Mathare, Kariobangi. Do the math. If someone out there is trying to divide this country, the individuals who have gone through more hell than you will are sorting themselves out. Jackson, karibu sana. Good to see you, my brother. Brooklyn is still in the house. What's the little boy's name?
Bernard Gige.
Bernard Gige.
Yeah.
So this is a microcosm of the new Kenya. How did you meet Elizabeth? Tell me, how did you meet this man?
I met him in 2012 because in 2011, on the eve of Christmas, the houses got burnt in Mathare. There was a fire in Mathare. So Jeff, I became very helpless. I didn't have anything on me.
And you still had Brooklyn?
And I still had Brooklyn.
And your house has been burnt?
Yeah, because those were the years when Jeff, during those years, I just became wrecked because I didn't care what I was drinking, I didn't care what I was smoking, I didn't care who I just wanted to get out of this world and just, you know. And so in 2012, when I was picking up my life, I happened to be given a kitchen of a school called Why Not Junior Academy. That school was under construction, and he was the night guard at the
Jackson
school.
was the night guard?
Yes.
Okay. So you, when you're leaving, at the end of the day?
So I was living in the school.
Oh, you were living there?
Yeah, in the kitchen of the school.
So uwa na walinda?
Sasa yeye alikuwa anatulinda.
Boss.
So no, we just used to talk and share. The rest is history.
Okay, no, let me ask him, Jackson. Sasa, ulionaje?
Aliniambia story yake.
Yote? Ya post-election?
Ya post-election. Sasa vile aliniambia, niko na hii shida, haiwezi nitoka tu hivyo. Nikaamua nikae tu na yeye kwa sababu nilifeel kuna kitu ndani yake na kuja nje. Na yenyewe venye aliniambia kila kitu, niliridhika na nikamoka na yeye.
Oh. Kumbia juu ya nani Brooklyn?
Aliniambia kuhusu Brooklyn. Na mimi niko na bado tu ita make it. Sita lose ita make it tu.
Na wewe hukuwa na watoto wengine?
Mimi sina mtoto mwingine isipokuwa hao nyoko hapa.
Akakabena.
Hao ndio wangu na hesabu.
So when did you decide to now get together? When did you realize you were pregnant again? I mean, when did you?
Yeah, I got pregnant with Gabby, and then I wanted to live separate with him because first of all, Jeff, I mean, he's coming from the tribe of the people who did this to me.
Oh yeah.
And I wanted to, I didn't know he was from there. I didn't know. When I learned that, I became furious. I just got mad to myself, and I was asking myself, so I'm headed back there again. I can't let myself do this. Then my heart was really into him, and then my heart was asking, why should I hold it back? I mean, why do I really want to? I was already in love with him, Jeff. Why should I hold it back? Why should I hold it back? I decided let it be.
Let it be. Let it be. In Jackson, so you live in Mathare now, right?
Yeah.
You're in Mathare. And the Mathare part where you live in is mostly one community.
Yeah.
Na si watu wenu?
Si watu wetu.
Na wanajua wewe ni Msapre?
Wanajua. Kila mtu anajua mimi.
Na sasa kukikuwa riots every Monday, how do they treat you? What happens?
Ukiwa riots inabidi tubadilishe majina, ni Atieno. Na hiyo si jina yangu. So inabidi tu ndio ni survive.
So what's your message to those, let me be polite, those politicians, wale viongozi wenyu, unataka kuambiaje?
Nataka kuambia life ni ngumu. Hatuwapigani, tunajipigania sisi wote. So ni ngumu sana kupigania mtu aike tumbo yake mbele na sisi tunasafa kama watu wa
waongeleshe kwa hii kamera, waongeleshe kwa hii, wanasikiza by the way, wanasikiza.
Ni ngumu sana sisi tuwapiganie mweke tumbo mbele na sisi wenyewe ndio tunasafa, sisi wenyewe tunawapigania. Sisi ndio tunafaa tukue mbele hawana faa kuenyuma wakituwatch ndio to survive.
Yeah. Lakini, when there's riots or demonstrations in the streets, these politicians are not there. They come later on in their 4x4s, in their Land Cruisers,
Even their kids.
and they have bodyguards. And when there's tear gas thrown, they're thrown into their cars and they disappear. Ni nyinyi munasafa, hamujui hivyo?
Sisi tunasafa sana kwa sababu yeye hata ujue anapiganga kura wapi. Sisi ndio tunamka mapema kuwapigia kura.
Bas.
Na yeye ndo anakuwa na shida kutushinda. Yeye anafaa tupiganie sisi kumweka hapo pali yake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How do you feel when your Kikuyu husband in a Luo neighborhood is walking the streets at night? Because hata yeye ana hustle, sio? He's hustling.
Yeah.
He's trying to make a living. Do you get worried when he doesn't come home late?
Jeff, I did get worried. Like I don't know his one mom in Mathare, when even there was a matatu that was burnt down, and actually I was calling Atieno and I was very worried because after the matatu was burnt down, the following night, believe me you, Mungiki walimwagwa mtaani wakuje ku revenge.
Boss.
Jeff, nakwambia nilikuwa freeze and I just called Brita in the night and I was telling her it is going to happen again. It is going to Jeff, nili freeze. And then my husband was just trying to tell me, take it easy. I just told him, Jeff, I didn't believe it that is happening again. It was hard.
Absolutely. It's deja vu all over again, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
It's happening again, and these people don't care about you and I. They don't care. They don't care. How does that make you feel? Jackson, unafilaje? These politicians, they don't care about us. Wanataka nyinyi mupigane, muane, as long as they get that position.
Tunafili mbaya juu kubadilisha jina, ati mimi Mkikuyu naitwa jina ya Mjaluo ndio survive.
Imagine.
Hiyo si mzuri.
Hii Kenya. Mimi kama naitwa Jackson Gige, hiyo ninafaa ikuwe jina yangu mpaka siku ya post election, lakini sibadilishe jina. Hiyo ni kujifake. Are you worried, Elizabeth? Are you worried about the next election, the way things are going?
Jeff, I'm very worried because I really have to tell you that I was telling you at Grace Agenda, we've been working and we've even been able to work not only here in Nairobi, we've worked with so many women from Kericho to Salga to Nakuru to Naivasha to Kisumu to Vihiga to Mombasa and to Eldoret. Jeff, can I tell you that people don't know rape is a crime. People think rape is sex.
By the way, in the ICC, for the very first time, they put it in. Rape is a crime against humanity.
It is a crime. It is a crime. And I actually called the director of Grace Agenda. I called Jackie, and then I told her, Jackie, I don't know what to. Next year is going to be worst. Have when you tour this country and you talk to women, I'm talking about sexual gender-based violence because it have never been addressed properly. Jeff, you'll cry. Believe me, the women after the rape during the post-election period, they were chased away by their husbands. Believe me, families were torn apart. There are women whom their lives, they cannot be the women they were in the past.
No.
Some of them suffer HIV. Yeah. Some of them suffer fistula. Some of them ended up being drunkards, something they were not before. Some of them committed suicide because they couldn't take it anymore. They committed suicide just because they've given in the fight. And that is why, like I was telling you before, that at every 10th of December, the end of 16 days of activism, we do a memorial kind of thing. We light candles to let all the women know, not only here in Kenya, the ones who died in Rwanda, in Uganda, in Burundi, in Southern Sudan, in Somalia, the ones that who have given up the fight, that you're still with them, the ones who have committed suicide. We know it is not their fault. We are still with them in the fight. They're dead now, Jeff. I know. They can never be back again. But we are here. I'm alive because I will fight to the core. I will fight to the end so that one day, to let everyone know that our bodies as women is not a battlefield. If you want to start war, fight as a man. You don't have to come and use my body as a battlefield. It is not. Because I want to tell people that women and children really suffer. In Grace Agenda, I've learned that, you know, every time when I went to Gulu and in Uganda and I met with women who are captured with Joseph Kong.
Yeah.
Jeff, women go through hell during war.
Through hell.
And it's a high time Kenyans know that I am Kenya. This is Kenya because of our ethnicity. They don't know that. It is Kenya because we are a Kikuyu and a Maluo. It is Kenya because there is a Kalenjin and a Pokomo. It is Kenya because there is a Gusi and a Kisi. It is Kenya because there is a Kamba and a Luya. And it's a high time Kenyans know that Kenya is our only home. The moment we destroy it, we are destroying ourselves, Jeff.
Absolutely.
We will have nowhere to go. We will have nowhere else to go.
So what do you tell those politicians, Elizabeth? Tell them, you know, they're listening to you, or maybe their underlings are listening to you. What do you tell them? Because this is where they're taking us. That's where they're taking us.
Jeff, let me say this. Jackie was telling me that now is a high time that Kenyans make choices for themselves. It is a high time Kenyans make, you know, when a politician stands and say, sisi yeye na nani, ati sisi jamii yetu tumedhulumiwa, aseme yeye na jamii yake. Mbona wanakujanga, you know, there was a time I went to a workshop, and then in this workshop the facilitator, she brought in a clip, and it showed how Raila and Uhuru are very good friends. They are seated together in another picture, they are laughing, they are tossing, you know, cheers and everything. Then, do you know where ours start? Then, they start at the pulpit during the campaigns. Ours starts at the ballot box. In the line. Then it ends in the grave. Jeff, is a high time. In fact, today I would like Kenyans to know that people died during the post. Don't be deceived by anyone that nothing happened. Heavy things did happen. Jeff, there was a child in Busia who was 9 years old that was gang raped, and right now she's insane. There is a girl who was raped together with her sister. The sister got a baby and she got HIV. And they are orphans, Jeff. Jeff, these things happened in Kenya. I'm telling you, children like Brooklyn are suffering outside there because of the post-election. Because you don't want to tell me it is the mother's fault. Because how do you go looking for a birth certificate ukiulizwa jina baba unasema ujui? It brings back the picture and the bitterness.
And the hate. And the hatred
comes directly back.
So if it wasn't, I mean, okay, if you weren't addressing the president and the leader of the opposition, politicians in general, see what it? Politicians in general, see how Willie Peke.
See how Willie Peke.
Politicians in general. What do you tell them?
I think it's a high time. There is no day you'll tell me there will be good politics. Wanasemanga siasa ni kuchimbana. Moya alikuwa anasema siasa mbaya maisha mbaya. It's a high time these politicians become considerate.
Yes.
But I'd like to tell Kenyans that leadership comes from God. A true leader will never stand in a pulpit and address 1 million people. Chukua panga ukateji. That one is a devil. I mean, huyu ni shetani.
It's
How
obvious.
do you tell people such kind of a thing?
Chukua panga.
Yes.
Kwa kanisa.
I think, Jeff, is a high time that we Kenyans show these politicians the way to go.
There you go. Jackson, your thoughts. Hata wewe kwa hii kamera hii viongozi wenyu wale wanaangalia hii show. Utaambiaje?
Ningewambia sile wanakujia kura, wanakujanga na pesa zote kwa kijiji. Sasa zile anapata hata onekani. So ni vizuri sana tukuwe na leader mwenye atakuwa ikishi na wakaji kwa kijiji, ndajue shida vile ziko. Si tuna elect mtu ametoka Mathare, ameshaenda kuishi Runda. Shida za Mathare zote yanalete wangu tu, ajui vile kunaenda. Ni vizuri sana au ma leaders wenye tukiwachagua, sisi wenyewe tumewachagua, tunabaki mtaa, pia waishi kwa kijiji na sisi.
Na hawa watu wa mtaa utawaambiaje? Your friends, your colleagues, your cousins, your mates uko Mathare na Kariobangi na Huruma, utawaambiaje kuhusu hii uchaguzi unakama?
Watu wenye naweza waambia hivi, tusipigane kupandishia wa mtu cheo, tujipiganie sisi wenyewe, na tusipigane ndio mtu apandishwe cheo, madaraka. Hapo tutajimislead, na tusibadilishe majina sasa kwa sababu ya post election. Juu kitu ni sisi wenyewe tunajiumiza, au wenyewe wana mabodyguard, wana kila kitu kwa viuno, sisi tuko tu hivyo. Sasa sisi wenyewe ndio tunasafa.
Yenyewe watu husema, Waswahili husema kikulacho
kingoni mwako.
Kikulacho
kingoni mwako.
Isn't that true?
It's true.
It's very true, Jeff. And actually, it's a high time that we Kenyans think about our future. You know, Jeff, let me tell you, if you're not willing to fight for what you believe in, forget about it. Jeff, in this work, I learned that man is made. Man is a product, but of himself. You become what you think
Absolutely.
of.
Absolutely.
Jeff, I'm now working with Grace Agenda because what we are trying to seek audience with the president himself to let him know. Because, you know, every time someone mentions the post-election, people think of IDPs. We would like people to know that apart from those IDPs, there are people who really suffered.
Yep.
And we are preaching this gospel. So next time, when you want to go and rape another woman, you will think of Liz, you will think of Jackie, you will think of that woman in Kericho. That is why we are seeking audience with the president and his deputy themselves. We want to talk with them one-on-one because there is a long-term effect on these women's life.
Absolutely. And it will affect Brooklyn as well.
Yeah, it is a long time.
Right?
This one is a long time effect of rape. And it is a high time actually people to know that, like I said, rape is a crime, it's not sex. So it's a high time people to know that rape can happen to anyone.
Absolutely. So Elizabeth, if the president and his deputy were watching you right now, what would you tell them?
I'll tell him, His Excellency, that we are seeking audience with him. There are women who are dying to meet him, to tell him, in fact, kuna mwenye leo amenituma anaitwa Shiro kutoka Mathare na ameniambia nikuambie.
Mimi?
Yes, mimi kuambie, ameshukuru sana wewe kuni-invite hapa. This is something nimetumwa, na nikuambie, na kama president ana watch nimwambie president, Shiro from Mathare would really like to meet him. Because this one is a woman who was raped during the post-election period by a police she knew very well, and that police is still at the police service working as a police. Hakuna kitu imefanyika na ni kitu inajulikana, ameripota, amejaribu kufanya kila kitu, imeshindikana. Jeff, hizi ndio vitu tunataka to meet na president kama Grace Agenda, as Jackie being the director, you know.
So this woman was raped by a policeman?
Mwenye anajua.
Bado yuko huko?
Bado ako kwa police service, anafanya kazi. In fact, amepewa rank ni bodyguard mahali mwepalisita, asema me I love my life, sitaki kufuatwa.
Yenyewe.
Jackie, sorry Jeff, you're seeking audience with the president. Because mimi sahi tu kwanza ningetaka nimwambie, kuna wanawake ambao wanalilia haki. Haki haimanishi it's very painful, Jeff, that no one has been convicted. Which means Wakenya tu waliamka siku moja kama vichwa zao zimeharibika, wakachukua mapanga wakaanza kukatana. Hakuna mtu alifanya hivyo, ndio venye tunataka kufanya tuamini.
Inaitwa denial.
Yes.
Denial.
But in real sense, There are some people somewhere who are behind the post-election. Wanajijua, lakini iko tu siku moja, Jeff iko siku, hii jua itaonyesha kila kitu.
Na malipo iko wapi?
Ini hapa duniani. So mimi ningetaka niambie president, kuna wanawake ambao life zao zina need kukua reparated, as in wana need medical attention. Jeff hakuna mwenye ana address hii issue. Hakuna mwenye ana address hii issue kwa sahi.
Absolutely.
Mimi niseme tu CBA yetu yenye mbaya tunafanya nao kazi ndio imekuwa ikiaddress hii issue in a way or another. Through other organization kama maybe ICTJ na kituo cha sheria. Hao ndio watu maybe wamekuwa kitu support kwa address hizi issue, but hakuna mwenye amekuwa kiaddress. Ndio maana tunataka audience now, because Jeff, siku moja tulikuwa tukiongea story ya reparation, nikaulizwa ati sasa tukisema reparation, how much are we talking about here?
You're putting a price
Jeff, nikichukua makasi nikate hiyo koti yako sasa, hata niende nishone, itarudi venye ilikuwa, si itakuwa tu na ile imeshonwa. Hawezi reparate life ya mtu. Mimi mtu hawezi ni reparate. Jumanya na reparate ni mwenye anachukua Brooklyn na mrudishe mayai, arudishe mali ilikuwa. And that one is, you cannot reverse this.
And put it back in.
You cannot reverse.
Okay, so as we wind up the show, that number again, 0792-100-996.
Exactly.
Umeipata?
Nimeipata. Kabisa umepiko kwa akili.
Niko sawa?
You are still young.
0792-100-996 for you who have been asking about Elizabeth Atieno's number. And this is a microcosm. This is the Kenya that we live in today, Mr. Politician. And love conquers all at the end of the day. This little kid could have been aborted, could have been abandoned, could have been killed. The mother almost committed suicide. And then fast forward, she met a man who wasn't even from her tribe, from her ethnicity. And that's the product. The little kid there who's fast asleep during JKL. What more do you want? We can bicker, we can debate, we can talk about who wants to be what in this country, but at the end of the day, these are the people who count. These are the people who vote. And if we are dumb enough to vote for you, so be it. But maybe, because of shows like this, maybe we could be a little wiser. Maybe we can know what to do. Maybe we can vote with our minds and not our hearts. It is what it is. The choice is up to you. Take a look at this picture real nicely. I love this picture. This is Kenya. Pende msipende. This is Kenya. Elizabeth Atieno with her husband Jackson Gashie and their kids right there. This is Kenya. Keep tweeting at Koinange Jeff, the hashtag overcoming hate. Can we do it between now and next August? That's the challenge. Nashukuru ndugu yangu. Thanks so much for coming.
Asante sana kwa kuwa.
Bado na hustle sio?
Bado na hustle.
Huh?
Yeah.
Bado well security au
hiyo iliisha.
Na sasa
nafanya NYS.
Uko NYS? Safi. Brooklyn, nashukuru sana. Asante. Okay. Elizabeth, and you wash clothes, that's what you do for a living?
Yeah, me, I do wash clothes.
You wash clothes neighborhood to neighborhood?
Yeah.
So people call you and say, Elizabeth, I need my clothes washed. No, it's a profession.
Hiyo ndo nafanya kama, but hiyo ndo nafanya, but kuna wakati ingine pia ninafanya na Grace Agenda.
Una advocate na wamama na nini?
Advocate na wamama.
Yes.
Saa zingine tunaenda na Jackie, tunaenda kama Kericho.
Okay.
Tuna preach gospel ya kupata justice.
Okay, lakini gospel yako na huyu. Do you think you're going to reconcile with your daughter?
Jeff, like I told you, I'm really working on it and I hope everything will be fine. And Jeff, my mind is not only here. I think to go and work in the UN, because I really want to tell women in all over the world, especially I really like to work with women who have experience from Rwanda to Burundi to Congo to Southern Sudan to Uganda to Somalia, to let them know that it is not the end of the road.
And when she becomes a teenager, when Brooklyn is a teenager, when she's 18 or 16, when you were raped, what are you going to tell her?
I love to tell her the truth first, because that one, if I don't tell her that, I'll be creating another problem. But you know what I think of Brooklyn? I think Brooklyn is going to be an ambassador of women and children, because she knows better. If I tell her, she will understand why I was mad at her. Well, she was young.
You still mad at her?
No, I'm not.
No
I
more.
try not to be. I don't want to tell the world it is easy. It's a lie. I try not to be mad. I try my best, Jeff. I try very hard to contain myself and contain my bitterness and contain my anger, because I don't want to lie to anyone that this one is something that you can work out overnight.
No, it's not. It's not.
It is not. It is because this one is something that causes long-term negative effects.
Keep doing what you do, okay?
I will.
And you know, there's no word that can describe what this country owes you people right now. Luo, Kikuyu, and the rest. And those people are fighting out there.
Yeah.
Nothing more to be said.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Nashukuru bro. Nashukuru sana.
Thank you.
Like I said, nothing more can be said. And we have to keep talking. This is what I keep saying. We have to keep talking. Because the minute we stop talking is the minute we start fighting. And you do not want to go down that slippery slope. Any politician who's not convinced about this story, buy a ticket, go to Kigali, visit the Genocide Museum. You'll be standing on the bones of 500,000 people in the ground in Kigali. The other 500,000 are buried across the country because 1 million people were killed in the space of 100 days. Do you want to go down that route? Do you? You make the call. The choice is yours. And the choice for voting is yours too, those of you watching. Keep tweeting at Koinange after hashtag overcoming hate. I have a fire extinguisher here, but you know what? I don't think I'm going to use it. I can't. Not tonight. Next week is a new week, new show, new guests, new themes. And I can tell you the guests right now for the next week because we've already lined them up. On Wednesday, Politics 101 will be the man with the same name twice, Miguna. He's scheduled to be on Wednesday night. And on Thursday, a young lady who 5 years ago was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, cancer, in other words. Her name, Rose Nasimiyu. Remember her? Living in the UK all this time? She's back. She's now 14 years old, and her very first interview will be right here next Thursday. In the meantime, take this message home with you tonight. If not us, then who? If not now,
Then when?
then when? Thanks so much for watching. Good night. Good luck. God bless.